Hey, Drew, your completion percentage has kind of shot up this year. Every year it's kind of gotten a little bit better. Is there any correlation between your experience in that, or is it anything to that?
I mean, completions are good, right? It's positive plays. Trust and confidence in the guys I'm throwing to. Getting time to be able to do it with the guys up front. That's everybody working together. Just time on task. Experience, experience, wisdom, treachery, a little bit of all that stuff.
Drew, what makes them an effective defense, and do they change much without Deion Jones and Neal?
Obviously, those are two really, really good players and key parts of that defense, but they got a lot of good players. So the guys who have filled in have done a good job. You know, they've mixed and matched a little bit, but, you know, the scheme is what the scheme is, and they play it very well. Dan Quinn does a great job. Marquand Manuel does a great job. They all, you know, they're very disciplined. They play very well together.
Given how well Deion Jones has played against you guys, and specifically kind of picked off a couple past years, I'm sure you're not too upset that he's not playing, right?
Well, he's a very good player. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously a guy you recognize where he is at all times. He's very smart. You know, he's around the ball a lot. You know, so when balls get tipped and things like that, you know, he's usually in the place to make a play. You know, he made one, I think, in that first. I feel like I turned on the film. He had one in week 1 against Philly, even maybe. You know, so if you're around the ball, you know, good things happen.
You were looking at the film. Just what was kind of the things that stalled the offense in the first 3 quarters when you guys were playing the Browns on Sunday?
Well, I missed Ben Watson on an easy touchdown. I missed Ted Ginn on another touchdown. So you add those up, we probably should have had 20 points going into halftime. Then it'd be a totally different conversation. So, you know, every play counts. Every opportunity counts.
Y'all are getting less balanced on offense so far. What are the factors that have contributed?
We didn't, you know, well, in the first game, obviously, we were doing a lot of good things well in the passing game in the first game. So it's not, you know, it's not like we couldn't run the ball, but we kind of got in a situation where we had to score quickly and score a lot. This last game, I'd say it wasn't one of our better running games, you know, efficiency-wise, but we did have a couple good ones there at the end of the game that fourth quarter that I felt like were pivotal in those drives. You know, whether it be, I remember Alvin getting a 16-yard gain on, I think, one of the first plays from scrimmage in the fourth quarter that, you know, kind of spurred our touchdown drive, and then we got a key third down conversion as well. So, but this is definitely something that we are, you know, we recognize, and we always talk about balance. We want balance.
Drew, what do you think about how Traquan Smith's played so far?
He hasn't got a ton of opportunities, you know, but I think as the season progresses, I think his opportunities will come, and I think we just keep stressing to him, you know, you got to be ready. Got to be ready for those opportunities, and, you know, time on task between us in practice, you know, having those opportunities to build that chemistry, and but I think he can be a big part of what we do down the road.
In going to Mike Thomas as much as you have, do you consciously think you'd like to spread it around more? As long as he's there, you're just going to keep
No, I mean, it's all within the framework of the player, the concept, or, you know, what's going on, and, you know, you're always, you know, identifying matchups and different things, but I mean, listen, he's for one reason or another, obviously I know he's caught a lot of balls here the last 2 weeks. He's gotten open. You know, he's done a great job with that. His number's been called, you know, probably a combination of a lot of things, you know. But I feel like we've got other guys that can do it too, you know. It's just a matter of what the defense is going to give us.
But you don't worry about that personally?
No. I'm going to throw it to the open guy, move the chain, score points. Well, I mean, listen, it's a divisional opponent, you know, and it's a very, very good divisional opponent. You know, this playoff team was in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, a team that is extremely talented, and I think we just know the type of game it is. They're usually one-possession games. They're usually extremely hard-fought, and you know, you've got to be as good as you can possibly be against these guys.
Drew, Tampa beats the defending Super Bowl champs last
Yeah.
week. Atlanta almost beat them. Carolina beats Dallas. What's it say about your division?
Yeah, I mean, it's every. We all have to face each other at some point, right? You know, all the teams you mentioned, you know, we're gonna be facing. So, it's I think it's overwhelming if you start looking at the whole season. That's why you just focus on one game at a time, you know, one opportunity at a time. And we know if we play our best football, I think we're gonna be hard to beat. I don't think we've played near our best football yet.
Drew, do you feel like you have faced a Dan Quinn defense, quote unquote, several times, or
Yeah.
it changes every year, even in Atlanta, and it's very
No.
different than it was in Seattle? Or?
No. I think it's similar in a lot of ways. Obviously, you feed off some of the components to the defense that you have, but in looking at that, I mean, look at that defense in Seattle. You got great corners. Atlanta's got great corners, right? You got good linebackers. You got a great Mike linebacker. These guys do. You got a great strong safety, right? These guys do. So it's all those components. Pass rush. It's, you draft pass rushers. These guys have drafted pass rushers. I mean, you kind of go down the line with the way that you build the structure of this defense, and they've done it. They've done a great job of it.